as you know, for our meta-narrative, we're going to imagine a world where we have suddenly run out of oil. Now, even though we're working in fiction, there is some real basis for this, and we want to make it as realistic as possible because that will make our story more gripping, more thrilling, our various stories. Now, fortunately, unfortunately, sadly, this idea of the world running out of oil, as I said, does have some basis in reality. And as an example of that, we can look at a real incident that happened in England back in the year 2000. Back in September of 2000, England went through a crisis where there were concerns regarding the high cost of fuel. And so people protested by blockading oil distribution sites. And what it meant was for 1 week, almost no new oil was transported around England. Now, the world hadn't run out. There was still petrol stations that had fuel in them and things like that. But oil wasn't transported around England for 1 week. And so what I want us to do now is have a look at some articles written at the time that explain what happened in England in that week. And I want us to see just how, well, the range of things that were affected and how quickly things got upended, because that will really help to inform our own storytelling. So I've got 3 articles here, but I just want you to choose one article. So as I say here, choose just one article. What's it doing? Choose one of the following articles to read. I want you to paste the link and the title so I know which one you're doing. Sorry, I don't know why I said paste the title and the link so that I know what you're doing into your own document, and then answer the questions. Each one has 3 questions, so answer the 3 questions associated with your article. In our next lesson, we'll review all of the answers, so please come prepared for that, depending on which of the 3 you've done. Now, as you can see here, there's 3 options, and I've tried to give a little bit of an explanation about each one to help you decide which one you want to do. So this first one, fuel crisis hit services, this is an overview of the sort of the range of services. So this one's a really good broad overview. It talks about all the different things, including the food supply that were affected in that week when the crisis hit. So you can go to the link there and answer these 3 questions, 1, 2, 3. Or you might want to focus on something a little bit different. The second article here, fuel crisis brings chaos to the NHS. That's the National Health Services. That is how hospitals and other health services were affected. If you think you might be interested in that topic, focusing rather than more broadly just on, okay, how are hospitals and things like that affected? Do this one and answer 1, 2, 3. The third one's a little bit different in style. Countdown to Crisis, 8 Days That Shook Britain. This one provides like step-by-step outline of how the crisis unfolded. So it's a bit more sort of in dot point format. It's like day 1, here's what happened. Day 2, here's what happened. And again, you've got 3 questions to answer in relation to that, if that's the one you'd like to do. So that's the task. To choose one, read it, answer the 3 questions based on that. And when we're next together, we'll share the answers you got to try and get the sort of full picture of what you each learnt, so that we can get a full picture of what it would be like to have no fuel, no oil overnight, not just for a week, but in our story for much longer than that. It's a pretty fascinating case. I hope you find it as interesting as I do, and I hope it starts getting you thinking about some ideas for your own creative writing pieces.